Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining Irish Theatre Institute this morning for our information session on Minding Creative Minds as part of ITI's Accelerate programme. I'm going to hand you over now to David Reid, who is the founder of Minding Creative Minds, and we will just kick off now. Thanks, David.
Thanks, Lee. So Minding Creative Minds is the first free 24/7 wellbeing support program for the Irish creative sector. It was formed last June of 2020, and up to 55,000 people in the creative sector can actually access Minding Creative Minds. So I suppose that means that anybody that works in the creative sector or is involved in it, can actually access a 24/7 dedicated phone line, which anybody can call from Ireland, Northern Ireland, international as well. So if there's when things are back to hopefully normal soon, if there's any artists, or people working in the creative sector abroad, they can actually, ring Minding Creative Minds. There's Counselling Service, which is up to 6 free counselling sessions. And that obviously includes now telephone counselling and video counselling. There's a web portal as well, so anybody can contact Minding Creative Minds counsellors through that. These services run with Spectrum Life, and Spectrum Life provides similar services to Leia Healthcare, Vodafone, I would say lots of companies. So you can actually download the Spectrum Life app via your app store, and then you can just choose Minding Creative Minds. And when you either ring or you contact Minding Creative Minds through the app, you will immediately get talking to a counsellor, a qualified counsellor. So Spectrum Life have over 450 counsellors nationwide. So it's like, as I said, it's a national, it's like a nationwide service. You can also text hi to 087 369 0010, and you will immediately be talking to a qualified counsellor as well. So I suppose the counselling element is quite comprehensive. It's a phone line, it's an app, it's a text service as well. Also, that you don't have to be in crisis to contact Minding Creative Minds. It's really there as well to help people in kind of day-to-day issues that could cause stress, and that includes legal assistance. So if anybody has any queries about a legal matter. Now that could be like a legal matter about the creative sector. It could be about a contract in music or theatre, or it could be about a house sale, or it could be about anything at all. So it's not just the kind of counselling service that we offer as well. So it's a legal service. It's also financial advice as well. So if anybody needs advice on their tax or on budgeting as well, that's part of this service as well. There's also career guidance and life coaching, support for non-Irish nationals and their families, mediation service as well. So basically anybody can call or get information on any of those services. It kind of works out that you have a 30 minutes free advice session on one topic. So if it's a house sale, if it's in the kind of legal area, if it's a contract, it's 30 minutes on that. If it's a house sale, say it's 30 minutes on that. So it could be up to 10 or 12 different calls on 10 or 12 different topics in all those categories. So I suppose it's quite a comprehensive service, and we're keen to kind of stress that these services, the kind of legal advice, financial advice, career advice, is there as well as the counselling service. So that's what's really important. So who can use Minding Creative Minds? So it's open to, like as I said, anybody working in the creative industries in Ireland. It includes, let's say, music sector. Artists, crew, bookers, theatre, actors, producers, writers, designers, administrators, film actors, designers, visual arts, dance, literature, say journalists, poets, and then arts centre employees. So it's quite a comprehensive list of people that can use this service, let's say north or south. So we're also trying to develop our own kind of projects as well within, let's say, Minding Creative Minds, and we have a meet and greet it's a peer support session that's held like on the third Monday of every month. So that's there if anybody wants just a check-in chat, or they want to talk with any matter, or if they want some advice. And those sessions have been held since last December. And I suppose the kind of tone is that we spend maybe 10 minutes just outlining the services of Minding Creative Minds, and then we're kind of broken out into breakout rooms, and there could be 6 or 7 people in each room, I suppose. And it's just there, like if anybody wants, a chat, or just to talk about how they're currently feeling, or if they want advice on anything, like we will kind of definitely come back to them over the next couple of days if they want us to look into like any advice about whatever, if it's contract, or if it's about the live performance support scheme that the government have, or whatever it is. But it's just there mainly for people that might want somebody to kind of talk to, chat to, advice, etc. Also, 12% of people who have contacted Minding Creative Minds over the last year really are looking for career advice or life coaching advice. So we're actually going down that road now, and we're launching this month. It's a career mentoring program as well. So we have 10 experts from all the different sectors, including theatre, film, music, who have offered their time as well. So we will be announcing that it can be announced actually in August, and we have mentors in place now, and the mentors are going to give 4 hours, I suppose, coaching or advice to people who need it around CVs, work experience, work matters, I suppose, as well. So yeah, we're hoping that we'll get a lot of applicants on this kind of program, and we intend to run this program like every couple of months as well. So we're trying to expand out into career and mentoring as well, because as I said, 12% of people contacting us are actually contacting us about career. We will have our own dedicated app as well that'll be launched by the end of the year. That's been currently funded by the Ireland funds, so it means that people can go to the App Store and they can get kind of specialist advice on the creative sector and topics that might come up for people around that sector, as in, kind of working late, I suppose, lack of regular income, etc., etc. So kind of specialist topics around the creative sector, and they can contact a dedicated counsellor or psychotherapist, through the app as well. So that'll be actually launched before the end of the year as well. Other projects then, like we're working with like artists called Tolo McKee, she's like a brilliant artist, and like working with her to try and create more awareness amongst the Black creative community around we'll say mental health, I suppose. And we had our first talk on March 2nd, and we're working on various projects around that, just to trying to get that sector, I suppose, more active around mental health. And we had meditation classes that were free to anybody in the creative sector as well. They were with Ben Glover as well, and he's a qualified meditation teacher, so they were launched in June as well. So I suppose we are trying to expand out into more services beyond our, as I said, our kind of helpline, our app, our text service, our legal advice, our financial advice, our career advice, and we're just trying to make our services more, I suppose, specialised towards the actual arts sector. And our funders currently are Department of the Arts, Heritage and Gaeltacht, First Fortnight, IMRA, IRMA, MCD, RAP, Universal Ireland, the BEI, the Ireland Funds, KPMG, and EPIC. So I suppose that's a very kind of quick overview of Minding Creative Minds, but it's there to be used by anybody working in this sector. If anybody just wants a chat with a qualified counsellor or therapist, or if they feel that they need, more kind of help as in counselling, or if they need, like advice on legal matters, financial matters, career matters, it's there. So it was launched last June, as I said, June of 2020. Currently over 600 people have used it. There's been about 600 counselling sessions used as well. So we just encourage anybody that works in the sector or is involved in the sector to would say reach out and contact us. And all the information is on mindingcreativeminds.ie. So that's basically it.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Dave. And thanks for joining us today. What I might do is I might just close out the recording part and just say that this is part of Accelerate, that we invited Dave in, and we have kind of a well-being aspect of that as well. And so this was kind of a kickoff of that, was introducing everybody to Minding Creative Minds. And we'll put this session on our YouTube channel to ensure that people can hear about it again. And any opportunities that come up, as we've mentioned before, we'll be certain to share them out. And Accelerate is supported by the Innovate Together Fund from Rethink Ireland, and Irish Theatre Institute is core funded by the Arts Council.